As a launch copywriter, my team and I pretty much tell potential clients not to spend money on our services with sales page copywriting, email copywriting, or even launch strategy until they've done this. You're about to learn exactly how I have validated my ideas and hunches to build offerings over the years. What I'm going to explain to you in this video, I have taught and mentioned to students inside my Copywriting for Creatives program and inside my membership, the Copybar Collective, more than once lately, so I thought I might as well bring it over here to YouTube and share it with you as well. These have been women offering a myriad of things, from coaching services to building photography courses, or even courses and products on infertility and dealing with that. Students trying to figure out how to put an art or calligraphy workshop out there. No matter what you do as a creative entrepreneur, this is a very flexible workflow that I think you can probably apply to your business as well, so let me tell you how it works. By the end of it, you will have had a peek behind the scenes at my Asana pre-launch strategy workflow list. And obviously, I'm specifically diving into the beta testing card. I know this is going to help you validate ideas before you pour blood, sweat, and tears into building them out. Okay, so as of time of recording, our sweet client, Amy Porterfield, is right now in launch mode herself for her product, Digital Course Academy. I took those back in the day before it was even called that. I'm not an affiliate or anything. It is a great program, and as I have watched her put that out there, it's kind of taken me back to the days when I was trying to figure out how to take my one-on-one copywriting done-for-you services and scale them. I wasn't sure quite how I wanted to scale them, but I knew that I was getting in more inquiries than I could service out, and I had to figure out some way to grow things. As I'm talking, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it to join in on the family. Videos like this, copywriting tips and more, come out every single week. There are a whole different moving pieces of a launch, and what I'm talking about specifically is kind of even, I would say, before pre-launch starts, and that's simply validating the idea. As I was scripting this out and thinking through how to explain it to you, I thought of 4 different types of offers that this could absolutely work for. Number 1, you have a framework or a methodology or a curriculum, but you want to spend time testing it before you do something like pitch it as a book or a workshop or a talk that you're going to give. Number 2, you have a one-on-one or done-for-you skill or a service that you want to see how you can shift into more of a digital or even a physical product. Number 3, you have a one-on-one or done-for-you service or skill, but you instead want to see how you could scale it into group projects, like more than one people jumping in at the same time, or even some sort of a mastermind. Number 4, you have some sort of idea for a workshop, in person or virtual, or a conference, but first it would be more helpful if you could go through it salon style. Think small group. Okay, let's talk through the workflow itself in 3 big chunks. The first one, how do you even get people in or interested and signing up for this thing? The first time I ever heard about this idea was from the brilliant Tara Gentile, and she coined a phrase that you really can't beat, so I'm not even gonna try. She called this concept the living room strategy, because as she put it, it's a whole lot easier to fill a living room than it is a stadium. Amen. Hit like if you agree with that. I sure do. So yes, this also goes hand in hand with the concept that you don't need a massive following or a massive list to have a successful launch. Absolutely not, especially if it's something that's this size. So I want you to have that picture of either your living room or your kitchen table, just somewhere where you feel confident and comfortable and you would love, again, virtually or in person, gathering a group together to bring them through whatever it is you're dreaming of. As far as how many people to bring in, I can say from experience that under 10 is the way I would recommend you go on this, specifically even more like the 5 to 7 range. That's how I tested Copywriting for Creatives the first time I tested my Art of Efficiency program. It's more about systems and productivity. I beta tested it with about 100 people and it was great, but it was just a lot of cooks in the kitchen. I wanted them all there, but it was a lot of different opinions to try to work through and figure out as I was shifting and moving curriculum around and making sure that my method worked before I was going to pump it out to more people. So decide how many people you want to gather virtually or in person around your kitchen table. And then here are 3 ideas I have for you for actually bringing them in and filling those seats. Number one, with hot leads. This is absolutely hands down the way that I would recommend. I've had great luck with it. It's super fun. Requires a little bit of guts, but I think you can do it. So quick story, in the fall of 2016, I was about 6 months into business. And again, like I said, finding more people reaching out for my services than I could actually do. So what happened was within about 4 weeks, I had multiple women that were around the same, I would say level in business, like this, they were needing the same services. And that's when I thought, what if we go through this more in a group setting? And let me tell you how that worked. So I had just launched Copywriting for Creatives, my signature program, and put it out there. And while it went great, I knew that I wanted to get these people and these students even better results. I even thought I had a hunch that I wanted to take my Done For You service, package it up, and take people through it in a group setting. I just didn't know if that was going to be possible. So what happened is every time I had an inquiry come in this little group, I pitched them back an email that said something like this. Just an idea I wanted to throw your way. We can absolutely work in a one-on-one capacity, but I'm gathering a small group with 4 other women where I'm going to take them all through this curriculum. I'm going to give you my entire process, and the cost is going to be about 1/5 of the price that it would be if we worked in a one-on-one capacity. In exchange, I would need you to be on the calls and help me smooth out kinks and really make this wonderful, but I am there for you. I will edit everything. I will hop on as many calls as you need to. We will figure this out and get you what you were looking for. The result, I got about 5 women together. We worked through the curriculum of what is now Copywriting for Creatives, the iteration that's out there, and now has more than 1,000 students inside getting results. Would have never happened if I didn't use this beta testing strategy. I know responding to inquiries like that can be a little shaky, so this second idea I have for you is with warmer leads. If you have an email list or any kind of a social media following, then people may be interested in learning from you, again, in more of an intimate capacity or even at a lower price point than what you offer. I recently told my student Christina to try this. I told her to go into her email marketing platform and pull a list of everybody who is really a hot subscriber. They have opened multiple emails. Their click-through is pretty high. They are really engaged with her email list. Pull that list over and study it and see if there's any names that pop out because they've reached out via email or social media, just fans of her work in general. I suggested she could just send them an email and truly thank them for the time that they've took to engage with her and grow along with her brand and encourage her along the way. But within that, she could also say and mention that she's planning on putting a small coaching group together to work through some curriculum. It would be a price point that's a lot lower than any one-on-one service would ever be. You came to mind as one of the people who may want this the most. I thought I would reach out to you and offer one of the spots before I reached out to anybody else. That kind of thing. I'm about to pull up some copy swipes so you can look at this, but the third way you can do this is just with a cold pitch, which is more of the traditional beta test style. This would be pitching the idea out to your entire email list or social media following. I would definitely recommend you have some sort of application for this because you could get more volume of responses. I also told some students I would recommend some sort of, for lack of a better word, consolation prize, because if you have a lot of people willing to get this great offer, like if you craft this offer well, it could be a great deal to pretty much get a ton of direct time with you in a small, concentrated, laboratory-like setting. You may want to be able to have something to give them, whether it's going to be an early bird discount later down the road or a coupon or just something. I mentioned copy, so if you want to hit pause, I'm going to put some copy swipes that I've used in the past with emails when I've been pitching things like this. Again, some of these are from like 2016, 2017, but hopefully those help you. Before I keep going, comment below. Does this sound a lot more feasible to filling and testing out and validating your idea than putting all the time, effort, and energy into building something out and then putting it out and potentially hearing crickets? I promise you, if you do this well, you will not hear those crickets. Another thing you need ready to go if this is your plan is an executive summary or an outline of objectives. That can look a couple of different ways. Chiefly, I would recommend a PDF doc where you have this all outlined or a mini sales page. I actually wouldn't recommend a long 5,000 word sales page, but you do need some sort of copy kind of reminding them what they're even looking for and explaining how this is going to work. You're going to have specific calls. You need those times mentioned. You really need to make sure the commitment is known. So I want to camp out on that word for just a quick sec, commitment. Make sure that this round of beta testers really understands that they are digging in with this with you. Yes, they're getting a deal on your time, and like I'll mention in a moment, you need to go above and beyond with these people, giving of yourself and your time because they're helping you in return. But again, you may want to make sure that they understand or they promise or sign to being on a certain number of calls, or else you can't use them or continue with the process, because this is also a great way to get testimonials and results. But as we know with anything, some things just don't work unless you do. Just food for thought. Second big section of the workflow is getting them the offer, keyword live. This is where the magic happens. So you want to execute your training or explain your idea live. Remember the concept I brought you of gathering some friends around a kitchen table and pulling out your whiteboard or whatever and explaining what it is you have for them. You need the opportunity, again, virtual is fine, especially these days, but to look them in the eye and see those aha moments, to see the confusion on their faces, to see every bit of how they're registering and how they're taking this content that you're putting out in front of them. This is a must, because this then tells you not just validating your idea, but how to craft the whole idea and even what order to teach things. Here's what I would recommend. I would teach one chunk or lesson or unit or concept at a time and pause and open the floor both for questions, for feedback, and to see kind of what they need next too. Remember, everything that's in your head about what you do and what you're so good at, you're at such a high skill level for that people that are just learning, you didn't learn everything in order, right? You kind of bounced around and pieced it together and figured it out. So sometimes when we try to teach things in order or explain them, people don't quite get them because they need to wrestle with the concepts and with the ideas. And this is kind of how you see that in action and how you can begin to shape and shift curriculum. Two quick examples of this. Students inside my Copywriting for Creatives program know we camp out and spend a ton of time on figuring out your onlyness factor, but that's because when I first did this with an intimate group of women, I saw that light bulb moment go off, and I saw how important this was for them to figure out their unique value proposition, their onlyness factor. So it's a huge point inside Copywriting for Creatives. Likewise, in my program, The Art of Efficiency, all about systems, I had no idea that it may be helpful for students to have a pause clause worksheet where essentially I'm telling them and giving them exactly the copy to communicate with the client when the client needs to understand that if they don't respond within a timely fashion, you need to then move on and service other clients. It's again one of those kind of sticky situations that you want to be polite about in your communications. I didn't even think about that as a bit of copy swipe that they may want, so now it is in the program. Here is the secret about why this all works. It's about testing and seeing instant results and getting those instant results for people before you ever finish final build out. It does not even have to be beautiful and pretty and all put together. They just want what is either in your head or your skill or whatever it is. They just want the information. So my last point on this part of the workflow is make sure you have made yourself available. That's why I would recommend doing this within a very concentrated time period, but I would have lots of office hours, have open phone call hours, be able to hop on the phone with these people and help them process and get the results that they were looking for. Again, this is all kind of a laboratory and an incubator where you're testing ideas, so it is helping you, but like I said multiple times, they're paying you. And yes, I would definitely recommend charging for something like this, so I would go above and beyond getting them results. And number 3, scale the idea. First tip, 100% make sure you're recording everything. If you're thinking this kind of sounds like a focus group, I would say it is. Now that this is done, you can reshape the offer. I have moved entire chunks of the workshop around. It's also your chance to make it pretty, make it palatable. And then bonus tip, I want you to go back through and re-listen to those conversations and look at the email exchanges, because you can pull out such great pieces of copy swipes and things that you can use as your hook in email copywriting, ad copywriting, and more. I have a video if you haven't seen on how to create a swipe file and copy bank and story bank, so if that's something that you're interested in, I'll link it here and down below. One more tip, absolutely be sending surveys either at the end of the entire process or throughout, because you want that instant feedback on what was a struggle for you to figure out, what was the most helpful, when was your light bulb moment. While I've done this multiple times, I got to see my client Julie Solomon do this in person, and it was incredible. It has been a gold mine for me and truly shaped both my Copywriting for Creatives program and my Art of Efficiency program. I swear by it, it's a gold mine. If you are moving into a launch period, then look below. I have a link to my launch copy and content checklist of all the different pieces of messaging you should write before your launch. And if you want to go even further, I will link my Prime to Launch workbook. It's a playbook essentially. It's just $37 and you can dig in to craft more of your big pre-launch marketing plan. And like I said, after you're listening and swiping all of these different pieces of communication to in turn use in your launch messaging, you'll be ready to craft your social media campaign. So be sure to watch the next video I have teed up for you where I talk all about how to craft 12 to 30 pieces of Instagram comment and write all the captions in just one day. If you found this video helpful, it sure would help me if you hit the like button and comment below if you had any takeaways, aha moments, or things I can help you flesh out here. Thanks so much for watching.